G'day everyone, this is Daniel O'Grady, of course, and this is WasabiCars, of course, and I got 3 books for you today. Clearly this is a departure from my regular vids. Fear not, I have literally another 100 on the hard drive ready to go. That's not true, but yeah, keep an eye out for those in the future. And this weekend, first Japanese car show of the season. I've never been to this particular event. It's going to be great, I believe. Last year's was good from what I hear. Anyway, 3 books right here. The main focus is this coloring in book, and I spent some quality time with my youngest son, and I'll show you some of our efforts with that. And I've got 2 other books. These came in the post this week. This one today. Really happy with this one. And this one I'm very much happy with too. It's a bit nerdier. It's a bit more hardcore. But this one right here, Japanese show cars, and from the 70's Tokyo Motor Show, and it just goes through in chronological order all of the interesting design projects from Toyota, Nissan, Isuzu, Daihatsu, and Nissan race car. Well, I mean, not just Nissan race cars, all sorts of stuff. Super interesting concepts based on the Toyota Celica, but among many others. So it's a fantastic book. I will put a link in the description below because I thoroughly recommend this book. And the one reason is this, the main reason, sorry, there's a Japanese caption which you're going to struggle with, though you could probably use an app on your iPhone to sort of decipher some facts, but there is a little English sentence or 2 below that, so it's not a complete loss. You know, it's great. Do check it out. What's that? A little a Nissan. Yeah, I mean, just really interesting cars, Isuzu. And some real surprises, not just rotaries from Mazda, but rotaries from Nissan as well. Even a Mercedes rotary. Super interesting book from the 70's, Japanese show cars. Do yourself a favor. Book number 2 is this one right here. The period is the 60's, the 1960s, and basically the cars spotted on the streets of Tokyo, streets of Japan. That's not just Tokyo, sorry, but some real obscure stuff. Now the first book, or this book in particular, deals with Japanese brands, not just like Nissan, Prince, Toyota, Honda, that sort of stuff, but also the obscure ones like this Flying Feather, Fuji, the Fuji Cabin. There, that's it there. Oh, what's that? That's a Holden. So there is also a page or a double page of Holdens. And they also cover in this book Spanish cars, Russian cars. And if you're really interested in what you're seeing, then do check it out. And I'll provide a link below. But Datsun's Fairlady, some early Toyotas. Like, I know there was like a Super and a Master, but also just some other weird stuff. Prince. Racing Princes. It is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. But my favorite page is of course the Holdens, but that's why I bought the book. Now moving right along to a future classic, Japanese classic cars, Nihon no Kyusha Nurie. So coloring in Japanese older cars, classic cars, illustrated by Tyler Linner. I hope I got that right. And I'm not going to go through every single panel because I want to keep some surprises for you if you want to buy it yourself, or maybe you don't, I don't know. But now this is what my son did. Check it out. Absolutely love it. Look at the colors, the imagination. Really, I love it. Good effort. And he was my son. His name's Tiger. Well, my youngest son, sorry. And he wanted to know the names of the cars. And he says, oh, okay. He really made an effort to remember the names of the cars. It was... I was moved, what can I say? Little Honda Z and a Life. He didn't get to the Life. And this was the first one he did, a Hino Contessa based on the Renault's rear engine. I saw a blue one of these some time ago. It was great to see, actually. And then my effort, and I'm all serious, well, too serious, but you know, that's not a bad effort either, eh? Now let's check out what other cars can be found in this book, and there's a bunch of pages. Do I know how many pages? Do I know how many pages? I don't think I do, but it's going to be double what I show you. Now this one right here is a Daihatsu Campano. I'm a big fan of this car, and I saw a station wagon, or a van it could be. Cannot wait to do a video of that one. I really like that car, really fine condition. an early Savannah Rx-3. It's got the early front. Now, as I said, as you know, I did do my best to colour in. There's a few difficult things, like some of the lines along the window frame of this particular ones didn't quite line up. So I'm going to talk about some negative things. Sorry, Tyler. But man, I do love it. And as I said, spent some quality time with my son. There's no doubt about that. Another thing I'll say is the backgrounds can be a little bit overly detailed. I mean, which is great. And there's such a thing as colouring in books for adults. But it could be a little distracting as well, perhaps. Here we go, a Subaru Alcyon XT, mega rare in Japan. I think I've seen one on the street. One. Amazing. Isuzu 117. This is actually a car that I see at quite a few car shows. There's quite a few going around. Surprisingly. A nice little Corolla AE86 at a shrine. So yeah, I mean the scenery, well there you go. The scenery is also pretty cool. But in some of them, a little bit busy. Honda CRX. And now that reminds me of a car that I saw just recently. That sort of fluorescent yellow CRX. Amazing, it's very similar. And Isuzu 117, Isuzu Piazza, I should say. Moving on, Ken Mary, that's the one that I did. Yeah, this is what I mean, the trees, and could be a little bit busy. But sweet Ken Mary, SSR Mark 2s. I do like those a lot, actually. Very nice. Nice little Bluebird 410. Nissan Fairlady. That's got the long nose in a garage, and I did notice the 1300 Honda as well. Very, very nice. Honda motorbike also. Datsun Fairlady. Nice traditional architecture. I quite like this one actually. Very nice. We have a Bluebird of 510, 1800 3S, very nice. Is this 1969? Could be. What's that? That could be one of my favourite cars, a Prince Gloria. Really like those. There you go. Digging out cars from the background, fantastic. You know what? I got a shout out to bumpay.net. He has been doing a couple of videos on cars in the backgrounds of manga and books. So oddly, I see this is quite similar to what I'm doing, following his lead, I should say. But he also did a colouring in book of Bosozoku, streetcars, that sort of stuff. And I can't lay my hands on it at the moment, so sorry Art. Your link is in the description below as well. Mitsubishi FTO, dig this car. Super busy background, but you know, someone who's artistic or clever actually could produce something pretty fantastic there. I just lack the skills. Suzuki Fronte 360. Now that's just half the cars, because you flip it around and it goes back. Mark II Corona, 2000 GT, update, that's a Corky. And there's a whole bunch more. Wow! I do love this as well. Isuzu Bellette 1600 GTR, split bumper, little bar underneath, driving lights, and it's an update as well. Very, very nice. So there you go. There's a bunch more. There's a bunch more, but you know, you sort of get the vibe of the cars that could be included. I'm just going to keep those secret, but if you're interested in that, do check it out. Now, question of the day is, what book did you buy recently, or what did you read recently, or if not recently, anytime? Just tell me something book related in the comments, okay? So thank you so much for that, and everyone, thanks for watching my vid. Okay, take it easy, everyone. Goodbye.